What's up, guys? Brian back to talk about why The Walking Dead's kingdom is different from other locations. Now, I know I've only seen it in the trailers and hasn't been on the show, but there's a good article here that we want to talk about by CINEMABLEND and some potential spoilers ahead if you don't know any of this information from the comics. Not too much, just going to be general conversation about the kingdom and Season 7 going forward. Shout-outs, Steve Butler. Just want to give you a shout-out because he asked him to. So there you go. And the images used in this video are property of AMC and other companies. We do not claim ownership of the images used in this video. We're using them in their fair use Copyright Act with our commentary, criticism, news reporting, and teaching. There's the link right there, CINEMABLEND. We'll put the link in the description if you want to check it out, and we recommend because it's a good article. While so many of The Walking Dead's lead characters are, at least within the context of the show, on their knees, dealing with a mystery victim's death, Morgan and Carol are on the verge of opening up the show's landscape through the introduction of the Kingdom, a location known well by comic fans. According to Scott Gimple, there's something very different about this new Season 7 setting, and it isn't just that there's a school building involved. So if you've seen the trailer, which you have, there's a new one that's about the Kingdom and Morgan, and it's pretty cool. So there is some definitely secrets and something behind it. So we're excited to see the Kingdom for Season 7. I'll say that the Kingdom is a place that works, and it's a place that has a very different vibe because it works. They figured out how to feed themselves. They figured out how to have a place that in many ways celebrates life. They get to be alive. They want to live. It isn't merely about survival. So it's far different than a bunch of different other locations. It's kind of like Alexandria at the first point of it, before Rick's team got there, but they're more self-sufficient and better to handle the apocalypse, it sounds like, too. They're not trying to go out and hurt other people. They're not trying to go out and take other people's shit. They're just trying to survive and sustain themselves, which is a great place to say. That's where I would want to be. I love hearing that. We've been following Rick and Co. around for 6 years, and disaster has come to just about every area that any of them have used as a temporary shelter, from farms to prisons to train cars. Until Alexandria, there hadn't been anything resembling stability since Herschel's Place, and it's not like Alexandria has been the most well-protected community. I mean, it seemed to have been before Rick's group came around, but Pete was there and Pete sucked. The Kingdom already wins because there's no Pete there, and also because of the food. So it's pretty cool to see that we're going to get another community, which I'm excited for. I'm definitely most excited for the community of the Kingdom, Ezekiel, and Shiva, of course. I'll tell you, if you haven't seen the trailer, it's kind of cool. It's 30 seconds. They give you a little bit more involved with it with the Kingdom Riders and Morgan, and there's some kind of secrets there too, so it's kind of cool to see what they're going to go with it. In the comics, the Kingdom hasn't always gotten a good amount of the spotlight, so having it in live action will be a treat, and it sounds like we'll get to see something of a festive atmosphere happening here, or as close to festive as it can be at this point in the post-apocalypse. That is almost certainly not a vibe we are used to seeing on The Walking Dead, and it's one that probably won't get to last very long within the Kingdom, of course, given Negan's broadening reign of tyranny. Still, though, any celebratory port in a storm, right? It might not have Spaghetti Tuesday or anything amazing like that, but there's probably booze. Will Abraham be around to drink all of it, though? We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But this is a Kingdom conversation. Let's stay away from any of that stuff, too. So, like I said, it's going to be all great until Rick and the gang get there, because they bring shit around. Ezekiel's group in the Kingdom there. What are the secrets there? We can't wait to see what they are. Ezekiel, Shiva, Kingdom Riders, and Morgan. The Kingdom will also finally introduce us to another leader that doesn't have any secret malicious motivation invested in moves he makes. At least that's what we think. Keyword. Gimple went on to tell Entertainment Weekly more about what to expect from King Ezekiel, and this definitely sounds faithful to the source material. So, what you think, if you know the comics, King Ezekiel is larger than life. He's going to be this big, over-the-top kind of king, but he's going to be a good king. He's not going to be a tyrannical dictator like Negan is. He's going to be kind of the opposite of Negan, but to share the wealth kind of thing. There's a community there, and the man in charge is somebody who embraces in some ways of the more nonsensical parts of life. You know, he walks around with a classical royal air, and yet there's something very affirming about that. It's theater. It's a bigger-than-life character, and they're living in a way that is very affirmative of life, and that's very different from any of the communities that we've seen before. And that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for some fresh blood, some new characters in here too, and hopefully Ezekiel is done correctly, and they do it in a way that brings the comic book fans something and the show something entirely different to kind of bring people in, because I know they love to bring in the show from the comic and the comic and the show, but kind of mix things up. I think they're going to do a good job with Ezekiel. I like the hair. I like the way he looks on there so far. Some people give him crap for it too, but I think he looks great overall, and we'll see. Only time will tell, though. So, yes, one of the things that makes Ezekiel great is his Tiger Shiva. But the character would be a hoot even without the strike protection. As Gimple puts it, this guy is bigger than life and very much tied to the world of theatrics. So his attitude is far more grand than the world-weary cynicism plaguing Rick and his people. I imagine Ezekiel and the still somewhat morally grounded Morgan will get along well. They just need to hurry up and get here, and that's for sure. Hurry up, October 23rd. We're not going to see the Kingdom and Ezekiel and Morgan and Carol to episode 3, so it's going to be some time, but I can't wait for Shiva to show that too. And I just love this picture here. Go save yourself from the zombies. I didn't make it. Baby Shiva there. So it's kind of cute. So like, share, subscribe, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you like this video and you want more videos to keep coming. As always, thank you for the support, and thanks, guys.